What's good, cuz? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm bringing you all another MLB The Show 21 Diamond Dynasty video. It is me rating your Diamond Dynasty teams, episode number 8. So if you're excited for the video, do me a favor, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button if you're new. I would greatly appreciate it. If you want a chance to be featured in one of these episodes, make sure to follow me on Twitter and look out for my tweets where I say to tweet me your Diamond Dynasty teams. But without further ado, I hope you all enjoy the video and let's get it.
Minika, watch me on Twitch, ooh, I'm streaming. I'm on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, red button beaming. Let's get that sub count, take over YouTube, ooh, we teaming. My content so hot, ooh, yeah, I'm steaming. Ooh, yeah, I'm steaming, red button beaming.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am back, about to rate another 5 teams for episode 8 of me rating your Diamond Dynasty teams. If you want a chance to be featured in a future episode, all you have to do, follow me on Twitter, send me a picture of your starting lineup and your pitching staff, and hope I select you for that specific episode. I rate all these teams on a scale of 1 to 10, and the first team of the episode comes from Stuff Thing 3, has a pretty solid team. Chipper at third base, best third baseman in the game. Lindor, top 3 shortstop in the game, switch hitting bat, love to get switch hitters into your lineup. The endgame second baseman and Mookie Betts at second. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. at first base. It's either him or Frank Thomas for the best first baseman in the game right now. I personally am better with Vladimir Guerrero Jr., so I'll give the nod to Vlad, but Frank very close behind him. Piazza, top 3 catcher in the game. Not a fan of his defense. Personally, behind the plate, I would rather have Ali Rutschman. I would rather have Pudge or the Yasmani Grandal over that Mike Piazza. Kyle Schwarber too. So Piazza probably a top 4, top 5 catcher in the game right now, but he's a monster at the plate. But if he's too much of a liability defensively, I would take him out for some of the other guys that I named. As for the outfield, Harper and Mantle, very good cards. Mantle, the best card in the game. Harper, probably a top 6, top 7 outfielder in the game right now. As for Ronald De Cuny, if you're playing on those higher difficulties, his contact a little low for my liking, smaller PCI size, I would go out and get Vladimir Guerrero Sr., but I see you said in the comments you're going to replace Acuna with Hank, so when you get Hank Aaron, obviously he's a top 3 outfielder in the game right now, so he'll be way better than that Ronald De Cuny Jr. I like the offense a lot. I would say it's a 9.4 out of 10. So the offense looked really good, and now we're looking at the starting rotation and the bullpen, and right off the bat, they look really good as well. Ohtani, my number 6 starting pitcher in the game. DeGrom, my number 4. Nolan Ryan, my number 2. And Felix, my number 3 starting pitcher in the game right now. So this rotation is very solid with Al Leiter, who's a top 10 to 15 starter in this game right now. I would say the rotation, very good. When you have the stubs, so go get Justin Verlander. He is my number 1 starting pitcher in this game. Maybe replace Al Leiter with him. And then I think this rotation would probably be a 10 out of 10. As of right now, though, still very good. I would give it a 9.6 out of 10. As for the bullpen, we have Kendall Graveman, Devin Williams, Gregory Soto, Alex Reyes, the 95 Gossage, the 97 Trevor Hoffman, 98 Andrew Miller, and 99 Mariano Rivera. You only have 2 lefties in your bullpen, so I definitely go out and get a third lefty if you can to get a decent lefty-righty mix. Other than that, though, I love all of these cards. Obviously, you don't have the 99 Gossage, the 99 Jansen, or the 97 Chapman, but as you get more stubs, you can upgrade to those guys, but you have everybody else that you need. I like the Devin Williams, the Trevor Hoffman's really good, Andrew Miller, and Mariano Rivera. All those cards are great. So I would say the bullpen is a 9.3 out of 10. I think overall this team is a 9.4 out of 10. Our next team comes from Nova, and Nova has a solid team, but I think there's some players we can replace here. We have Castellanos at third, Barry Larkin at short, Trey Turner at second, Frank Thomas at first, Kyle Schwarber behind the plate, Luis Gonzalez in left field, 99 Mickey Mantle in center, and then 96 Trout in right field. Looks like that's parallel 3. I would get rid of Castellanos at this point. Think he's a little outdated. He's a great bench bat, but you need better defense at the hot corner. I would go for Donaldson. I would go for Mike Schmidt. If you can get Chipper Jones, I think they're all better than that Nicholas Castellanos card. You can also use some shortstops at third base. You can use the Honus Wagner. You can use the Wander Franco. I think they're all better than Nicholas Castellanos. And the same thing goes for Barry Larkin. I'd say he's a top 5 shortstop in this game, but he's not better than Trey Turner, who you have at second base. He's not better than Honus Wagner. He's not better than Francisco Lindor, and he might not even be better than Wander Franco, who's a switch hitting bat with good contact and great defensive stats. I would use them over that Barry Larkin. Love Trey at second base, though. As for Frank Thomas, no problems there. He's the top 1, top 2 first base in the game. Kyle Schwarber behind the plate, great catcher, top 3 catcher of the game, one of the best hitting catchers in the game. Personally, I prefer Adley over Kyle Schwarber, but keep rolling with Kyle if you like him at the plate. As for the outfield, Mickey Mantle in center field, no problems there, best card in the game. Luis Gonzalez is a good left fielder, but there's better right fielders that you could put in left field over him if you have the stubs to go out and get him, like Vladimir Guerrero Sr., Christian Yelich, Cody Bellinger, Bryce Harper, that you could put in left field that are better than that Luis Gonzalez card. Same goes for Mike Trout. I really like Mike Trout. He's still on my main team, but I know there's cards that are better than Mike Trout in those cards I just named. I like the offense overall. I give it an 8.2 out of 10. So the offense was good. The rotation and the bullpen definitely going to need some work here. DeGrom is great, top 5 pitcher in the game. As for Maddox, Walter Johnson, and Tom Seaver, they're like top 10 to 18 pitchers in the game, so they're not bad. They're just not great. I really like Greg Maddux. His movement on his pitches, very, very good, but you can upgrade from him by getting Felix Hernandez, who's a lot of break on his baseballs, but better per nines. That's Walter Johnson, double outlier, so if you're playing somebody that can't hit a fastball or a sinker, he's going to be elite. Tom Seaver's okay, and Madison Bumgarner, not really good at all. Bad per nine stats, doesn't throw the ball very hard, has no good quirks, so I would say replace Madison Bumgarner for sure. As for the 3 TA4 guys, they're good, but you can definitely improve. I would say the rotation, maybe a 7.2 out of 10. And the bullpen is pretty average. It's not bad, but there's guys we can get rid of like Liam Hendricks. Don't think he has a great pitch selection, pretty generic. I personally am not a fan of the Josh Hader card, but if you need a lefty in your bullpen, stay with him until you can upgrade to Chapman, Andrew Miller. I see you have Gregory Soto here, so that's really good. I really like the Trevor Hoffman. Kendall Graveman, I'd say it's a pretty average, pretty standard bullpen. I'd say it's a 7.2 out of 10, so I would say the team overall is a 7.7 out of 10. Our next team comes from Kevin, and Kevin has some notes for us. He says he's one level away from Hank Aaron, then he's going to sell him, get Ohtani and Mookie Betts because he's very close to them. So he has Chipper, endgame third baseman, love Trey Turner. I personally would play him at second, take Jackie Robinson off the team, move Honus Wagner into the infield, put him at short, Trey at second. Frank Thomas, talked about him enough at first, top 2 first base in the game. You have Piazza behind the plate. You said you're bad with Adley. I personally prefer Adley, but that's my personal preference. If you're good with Mike Piazza, keep rolling with him. I just don't like his bad defensive stats. Then the outfield, when you get Mookie, I imagine it's going to be Mookie, Mickey Mantle, and Roberto Clemente. I think there's better outfielders than Roberto Clemente. You can get Cody Bellinger, Bryce Harper, Vladimir Guerrero Sr., like I said with the last team. So once you get Mookie into this team, move Honus into the infield, I would say the offense would be an 8.9 out of 10. So the offense was good, and the rotation, the bullpen looks solid as well. DeGrom and Felix, 2 top 5 starters in the game, in my opinion. Max Scherzer, a top 8 starter in the game. Then we have Gibson and Edward Cabrera, anywhere from top 10 to top 16 pitchers. Cabrera, still Cabrera. He's not as good as he once was, but he's still pretty solid. I would say the rotation's an 8.1 out of 10. And then the bullpen, we have Gregory Soto, Trevor Hoffman. I would get rid of Liam Hendricks. 95 Gossage, still a top 10 reliever in the game. Lee Smith, love to see you have Lee Smith. He is underrated. He's very good. Dennis Eckersley, Edwin Diaz, and Mariano Rivera. You need some lefties in here. You only have one lefty in your bullpen. So go get Josh Hader. Go get Andrew Miller. Go get the 97 Chapman. If you have the Zach Britton from the June Daily Moments, use him as well. If you got more lefties in here, I like a lot of the righties that you have. Get rid of Liam Hendricks. Like I said, I would say the bullpen would probably be like an 8.4 out of 10. So I think overall this team would be an 8.5 out of 10. Up next, we have Henry. Henry, one of my Twitch mods, one of my Discord mods. So we had to hook him up with a team rating here. He has Honus Wagner, Jazz Chisholm, Trey Turner, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Adley Rutschman, Luis Gonzalez, Mickey Mantle, and then Christian Yelich in the outfield. So personally, I think you can do away with either Honus, Jazz Chisholm, or Trey Turner in the infield. I'd probably say Honus would go because I like Chisholm and I like Trey Turner. Upgrade to somebody like Donaldson, Chipper Jones, get yourself that elite third baseman and get rid of Honus Wagner because in my opinion, his bat is a little dead. He has great contact, and if you don't have a better option, he's not a bad card, but personally, get Donaldson, get Chipper Jones for your third baseman spot. Jazz Chisholm, I'm honestly not sure what his defensive stats look like at the shortstop position because he's a primary second baseman, but he has pretty good power. He has good contact, good speed, and decent fielding stats at second base. So I imagine he's a decent fielder at shortstop. Trey Turner, power low 5 at second base. Love that. Vladdy G at first. Amazing. Adley behind the plate. My number one catcher in the game personally. You said you're going to be getting Hank Aaron ASAP, so I assume he's going to take the place of Luis Gonzalez. So that's awesome in left field. Mickey Mantle, best card in the game. And then Yelich. I do think that Bellinger, Vladimir Guerrero Sr. are better than Christian Yelich because he's not the best against lefty arms, but he's still a great card, still a top 6, top 7 right fielder in the game. I would say the offense is an 8.8 out of 10. Now we'll talk about the starting rotation and the bullpen. I feel like everybody this episode has had Felix and DeGrom, as they should. 2 free cards that are in my top 5 starting pitchers in the game right now. Parallel 5 DeGrom. You have Shohei. You have Scherzer. You got to get rid of Pedro Martinez, though. This card is so bad. I feel bad that they dropped this Pedro card with such bad stats. Not a great pitch selection. No strikeout pitch. You can do way better than this Pedro Martinez card. It's a shame what they did to this 99 Pedro. I would say the rotation rotation is probably an 8.8 out of 10. When you can get Verlander, when you can get Jake Arrieta, and when you can get Nolan Ryan, it'll really push you into that 9 category. As for the bullpen, pretty average, pretty standard. Now, it's not a bad thing. You have some good cards, just not some wow cards. You do have the 99 Mariano Rivera, but that's pretty much about it. None of the other 99 relievers. No 97 Chapman, no 98 Andrew Miller, but you do have Gregory Soto, you do have the Trevor Hoffman, the Kendall Graveman, like I said, the 99 Mo. So a lot of good relievers you have here. I would say the bullpen overall would be an 8.4 out of 10. I think overall, Henry, your team is an 8.7 out of 10. And our final team of the episode comes from TikTok Robert, who has Miguel Cabrera at third, Wander at short, Trey at second, Vlad at first, Adley behind the plate, Schwarber in the outfield, don't see that too often, Mickey Mantle in center, and then Acuna Jr. in right field. Miguel Cabrera, very underrated card in this game, very good hitter, solid fielder, not a bad play at third base, Wander at short, top 4, top 5 shortstop in the game right now. Don't mind that. Trey Turner, one of the best second basemen in the game with his hitting stats, and you get to hide a little bit of his fielding issues at second base. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. at first, top 1, top 2 first base in the game. My favorite catcher in the game, Adley behind the plate. I like it. Kyle Schwarber in the outfield, though. It's either you put him at catcher or you don't have him on the team. In my opinion, he's too slow for the outfield. Not the best arm. Way better outfielder options that I've already talked about in this video. We talked about Mickey Mantle already. If he's not on your team, I don't know what you're doing. And then Acuna Jr. is one of the best outfielders in the game if you're playing on a lower difficulty. If you're playing on All-Star or lower, that PCI size, not going to matter too much. So the contact being low won't matter too much. And he does have great power. I think it's like 116, 117 against righties and lefties. But if you're playing on Hall of Fame or you're playing on Legend, the PCI size is just too small for Acuna. In my opinion, I would get Harper, Bellinger, Vladimir Guerrero Sr., and you can use a lefty on your team. You only have a couple switch hitters and then one lefty bat. So I would go ahead, maybe get Harper, maybe get Bellinger or Yelich, but I like the offense. Overall, I would say it's an 8.6 out of 10. So the offense was good. The rotation in the bullpen could use some work. We have the Grom, and then pretty much after that, guys that shouldn't be in your starting rotation anymore. In my opinion, if I was you, I would get some of the free Team Affinity for pitchers if you can. Get the 99 Scherzer that's free. If you can get the stubs to get Verlander, if you can get the stubs to get Nolan Ryan, or get the free 99 Felix Hernandez from Field of Dreams program, they're way better than the cards you have in your rotation right now. I would say the rotation, honestly, is like a 6.7 out of 10 at this point in the year. And then the bullpen could use some work as well. I would get rid of Kimbrel. Only has 3 pitches, 2 of them being fastballs. Hendricks, very generic pitch selection. I would go get the 97 Devin Williams. That's in August Player of the Month. Go get Lee Smith. Go get Dennis Eckersley. There are so many better cards you can get for your bullpen. Overall, I would say the bullpen is probably a 7.1 out of 10. I think overall this team is a 7.8 out of 10. Okay, everyone, that's going to do it for the video today. Rating your Diamond Dynasty teams, episode number 8 in the books. If you enjoyed the video and you found it useful, do me a favor, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button if you're new. 50 likes on this video and I'll drop another episode next week. If you would like, you can follow me at my social links, which are on the screen for you all right now, including my Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Twitch, stuff like that. But that's going to do it for me today, everyone. I will see you on the next video. Have a great rest of your day. Peace out.